This is PSN Newsrun, streaming exclusively on YouTube.
Our top stories for today: Nigeria mourns former President Mohammadu Buhari, and federal government opens portal for recruitment into NSCDC, immigration and the fire service. Stay with us for details of this and more stories. We begin on a sad note as Nigeria mourns the death of former President Mohammadu Buhari, a key figure in the nation's military and democratic history. Let's join Joycelyn for a short report on the highs and lows of the former president.
Nigeria is mourning the passing of a towering figure in its political history. Former President Mohammadu Buhari is dead at 82. Born on December 17, 1942 in Daura, Katsina State, young Buhari was raised in a humble, devout Muslim family. His early years were shaped by discipline and a deep sense of duty, values that would later define his military and political life. Buhari's journey to national prominence began in the Nigerian army, where he quickly rose through the ranks. In 1983, he became Nigeria's military head of state following a coup that ousted the civilian government of Shehu Shagari. As a military ruler, Buhari was known for his war against indiscipline, a campaign aimed at instilling order and accountability, though often criticized for its strict enforcement. He was removed in another coup in 1985, but never faded from public consciousness. After years in political wilderness, Buhari returned, this time as a Democrat. He ran for president 3 times and lost in 2003, in 2007 and 2011. But in 2015, he made history, becoming the first opposition candidate to defeat a sitting president in Nigeria. His presidency, which spanned 8 years, were marked by efforts to tackle corruption, rebuild infrastructure, and fight Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast. He also launched major agricultural reforms and introduced social intervention programs like N-Power. Yet, his tenure faced significant criticism over worsening insecurity, economic challenges, and allegations of human rights abuses. Despite the controversies, many remember Buhari as a man of integrity, unwavering in his commitment to a Nigeria free of corruption. As tributes pour in from leaders across the country and abroad, President Tinubu has ordered flags flown at half-mast for 7 days in honor of the late statesman. Mohammadu Buhari leaves behind a complex legacy, one of fierce patriotism, military discipline, and an unrelenting quest to reshape Nigeria. Reporting for PS News, Joycelyn Ella Keche Ada.
The federal government has opened its recruitment portal for key security and emergency agencies, aiming to boost national safety and create job opportunities for Nigerian youth. Marianne is here to give details.
The federal government has officially opened the recruitment portal for 4 major security and emergency response agencies in Nigeria: the Nigerian Immigration Service, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC), Federal Fire Service, and the Nigeria Correctional Service. The online portal, originally scheduled to go live June 26, was delayed due to administrative adjustments and officially commenced on Monday, July 14, 2025. The announcement was made by the Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire and Immigration Service Board, which is overseeing the process. Nigeria continues to face a wide range of internal security challenges, from banditry and kidnapping to fire disasters and prison overcrowding. Experts say the recruitment drive is a strategic necessity aimed at strengthening national security, boosting response capabilities, and addressing severe personnel shortage in key sectors. In particular, the NSCDC and the Correctional Service have seen increased attack in their facilities and personnel, including recent incidents in Edo and Benue states, highlighting the urgent need for reinforcement. This nationwide recruitment opens up job opportunities for thousands of Nigerians, especially youths aged 18 to 35. It also promises to enhance public sector, improve border controls, and expand the country's fire response capacity. Beyond security advantage, it supports President Tinubu's broader economic agenda of youth empowerment and public sector revitalization. Applicants must be Nigerian citizens between 18 to 35 years and meet minimum physical and medical fitness standard. The process is expected to be transparent, merit-based, and fully online. As Nigeria grapples with security and emergency response challenges, this recruitment may prove to be a critical step forward, both for safety and youth employment. Marian Awuya, PS News.
Once again, sad news, as Ijebuland is in mourning following the passing of one of Nigeria's most respected traditional monarchs, the Awujale of Ijebuland, Oba Sikiru Kayode Adetona, who died at the age of 91. Tessa Phillips takes us through the life of the royal father.
Nigeria has lost a royal icon. Oba Sikiru Adetona, the Awujale of Ijebuland, has died at 91, drawing the curtain on a remarkable reign that spanned over 6 decades. Born on May 10, 1934 in Ijebu-Ode, Sikiru Adetona was educated in Nigeria and the United Kingdom. He studied accountancy at the Institute of Administration, now part of Ahmadu Bello University, and later at the Accountancy Training Center in the United Kingdom. His destiny changed course in 1959 when he ascended the throne at the young age of 25, becoming one of the youngest monarchs in Nigerian history. Oba Adetona was not just a traditional leader, he was a voice of conscience in national affairs, a fearless critic of military dictatorship and poor governance. He remained politically aware, yet non-partisan. His reign brought unprecedented modernization to Ijebuland, including major strides in infrastructure, education, healthcare, and cultural preservation. He was also the founder of the Oba Sikiru Adetona Professorial Chair of Governance at Olabisi Onabanjo University, a move aimed at promoting transparency and democratic values in public service. His death has triggered massive mourning across the southwest and beyond, with security tightened around the Ijebu Royal Palace. Tributes have poured in from traditional rulers, governors, and federal leaders, hailing him as a progressive monarch, a bridge between tradition and modernity, and a custodian of Yoruba heritage. As Nigeria prepares to bid him farewell, Oba Sikiru Adetona's legacy as a monarch, reformer, and moral compass remains indelible in the sands of time. Tessa Phillips, PS News.
Abuja was lit with color and culture as the Igbo community hosted a spectacular celebration of tradition, unity, and heritage, drawing dignitaries, celebrities, and culture lovers from across the globe. Here are details from our very own Daniel, the presenter of PSN's Unsuko Indigbo broadcast.
Abuja came alive with rhythm, color, and culture as the Igbo community, through a cultural celebration so grand it literally stopped the city in its tracks. On Sunday, July 13, the Federal Capital Territory hosted a dazzling cultural extravaganza celebrating the rich heritage, traditions, and the unity of the Igbo people. From across Nigeria and beyond, lovers of culture gathered to witness a truly unforgettable display. The event had star power Senator Ned Nwoko and his wife, Nollywood's own Regina Daniels, led the celebrity pack. Alongside top traditional leaders, diplomats, even rep from Russia turned up to catch the cultural magic. And what a show it was! From the touring Ijele masquerade to the intense interstate battles between Anambra, Delta, Enugu, Rivers, and more. The celebration was pure cultural fire. The sacred Kanzu ritual and kolanut breaking by revered elders added depth and authenticity. But beyond the glitz and glamour, events like these carry power message. They promote national unity, cultural preservation, economic opportunity. With youth troops performing, local business catering, and traditions showcased proudly, the event became a platform for empowerment, identity, and community pride. As the organizers shared on PSN Newsrun podcast, the goal is clear: connect the diaspora, pass on heritage, and keep tradition alive in modern Nigeria. The organizers explained that events such as these are organized to remind us of who we are, where we come from, and how diversity can be our greatest strength. Daniel Okejeme, PS News.
In a major development on the global stage, the United States is reinforcing Ukraine's defense posture against Russian air assaults. Joycelyn filed in this report.
US President Donald Trump has announced a significant military support package for Ukraine, the deployment of Patriot missile defense system to bolster the country's air defenses. The move comes as Ukraine continues to face intensified aerial bombardments from Russian forces, targeting both military and civilian infrastructure. The Patriot system, one of the most advanced in the US arsenal, is capable of intercepting incoming missiles, drones, and aircraft, and has been long requested by Kyiv. This latest announcement signals a renewed push by the United States to support Ukraine's ability to protect its skies, particularly as Russia escalates long-range missile strikes deep into Ukrainian territory. While President Trump did not specify the number of systems or the timeline for deployment, military analysts believe the decision could significantly alter the dynamics of Ukraine's defense strategy. The Kremlin has already condemned the move, calling it a provocation that risks further escalation. Meanwhile, officials in Kyiv have welcomed the support, calling it a timely and critical reinforcement. As the war enters a decisive phase, Washington's renewed commitment may shape the months to come, both military and diplomatically. Reporting for PS News, Joycelyn Ella Keche Ada.
From Abuja to Wimbledon, it was a weekend of emotion, shock, and sporting glory. Sam is on the sport desk. From Abuja to Wimbledon, it was a
night of football and emotion for Nigerian Super Falcons, who observed a minute silence for late ex-President Mohammadu Buhari before their final WAFCON group stage match against Algeria on Sunday. The solemn tribute, held just before kickoff in Casablanca, saw players don black armbands in a gesture of national mourning. Both teams and match officials respected the moment, as confirmed by the Nigerian Football Federation. On the pitch, the Falcons played out a goalless draw, but it was enough to top Group B and secure a spot in the quarterfinals. They remain undefeated in the tournament, having earlier defeated Tunisia 3-0 and edged Botswana 1-0, with Chiwendu Ihezuo scoring a last-minute winner. Impressively, Nigeria finished the group stage without conceding a goal, a defensive record they last achieved 26 years ago at WAFCON's inaugural edition in 1998. Meanwhile, in the world of club football, drama off the pitch stole the headlines at the Club World Cup final in New Jersey. US President Donald Trump made a surprise appearance on the podium as Chelsea lifted the trophy after a 3-0 triumph over French champions PSG. Instead of exiting after handing over the prize, Trump remained front and center, awkwardly inserting himself into the team celebration, leaving players like Rhys James and Cole Palmer visibly puzzled. The moment sparked reactions online, with many calling it a bizarre photo op. But in tennis, it was world number one Jannik Sinner who stole the spotlight at Wimbledon, defeating defending champion Carlos Alcaraz in 4 intense sets to claim the first Wimbledon title. The Italian now holds 3 of the 4 Grand Slam titles, and with Roland Garros on the horizon, he's chasing a career Grand Slam at just 23. From football, glory, and solemn tributes to tennis milestone and political cameos, this weekend had it all. This is Samuel Akman, reporting for PS News.
You just watched PSN Newsrun, streaming exclusively on YouTube. This is your trusted voice for news that matters. Subscribe, like, share, and stay informed.